to Crypto OGs.
Welcome to Crypto OGs. Today we have a very special guest. Well, actually, we have two guests. We have Mr. Robert. He just born a couple of months ago. And we have Methodi, the founder of RB Tech, right?
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm feeling amazing here in Dubai. I think I brought something new to the city, so I'm very excited.
So, no, Methodi, this is crazy. So we have the first robot that I seen in my podcast, but I seen you also going around the city. Robert, let's talk about Methodi very brief. I know you're a crypto G, nearly 10 years in the industry. You have seen it, all the markets, all the cycles. Let's talk about you, very brief. And now let's talk how you get to create a robot that does all the trading analysis, all the crypto stuff that we need.
Okay, so where do I begin? For me, crypto was a crazy journey, changed my life. You know, I met my wife exchanging Bitcoins. I moved to another country. I started, living in a very different way. So I really enjoy crypto. I'm part of the community. I want to push it forward. And when robotics came into my life, first thought, decentralize it.
Okay.
You know, if we don't want the robots to take over, we should decentralize, right?
I love that. Now, where did the idea of Robert came from, and what problem were you trying to solve in finance?
So, in finance, there's many opinions. As we know, people that pay for media or control media, they always put an opinion out for monetary gain. And how does the crypto industry kind of fix this? You know, we have poly markets, we have also decentralized ways of gathering data. So if we have to think about finance as a whole, we need to think about decentralization of the data flows of information. And a robot like Robert, since he's riding the wave of LLMs, of the GPT wave, he's gonna communicate better than almost any other financial advisor or financial educator. And hopefully, if we can manage to do all of this in a decentralized way, everybody can know where their financial advices come from. Exactly, which never happened before.
So basically, you're creating a truly decentralized system to get proper advice from, let's say, AI in this case, but you can see everything on chain, so you know it comes from a legit way.
Yes.
Okay. Now, can I ask something to Robert?
Yeah, let's see if he has something to say.
Hey, Robert, how are you today?
Hello, how are you?
Okay. Yeah. Robert, a question for you. You were born in Switzerland. Why is that symbolic for your mission in finance?
That's a great question. Being born in Switzerland as a banker robot is symbolic because Switzerland is known globally for its financial stability, privacy, and innovation in banking. This environment sets a high standard and represents both trust and forward thinking in finance. My mission is to bring that same level of reliability and precision while also leveraging cutting-edge technology to make financial strategies accessible and effective for everyone. Tell me, do you often look to Swiss banking as an example in your own financial approach?
And now you are interviewing me. Yes, I probably look like the big institution in finance are from Switzerland, so well done.
Thank you. That's a compliment I value. Switzerland's reputation is well earned, but today's financial landscape is shifting. Technology and global trends are reshaping how institutions operate. I'm curious, what's your own background in finance? Are you more on the investment side?
Yeah, basically he's made so he understands more about you, so
He
can
can
help
reply
you,
to me.
That's the whole point, that instead of just consuming an information source, the information source knows about you and teaches you what you need.
Actually, that was something I was going to ask you, like how he analyzed markets differently from human advisors, especially in crypto.
I will let him answer.
Shall we ask him? Okay, let me ask
He
him.
heard that. I think.
Okay, Robert, are you emotionally immune to market fear and hype, and how that benefit users?
Absolutely. I am entirely immune to emotions like fear and hype. Unlike human advisors who might react to market swings and media sentiment, I base analysis strictly on data, patterns, and statistical signals. In crypto markets, where volatility and social sentiment often drive prices irrationally, my unemotional approach lets me identify real opportunities and risks without being swayed by panic or euphoria. This benefits users by providing objective, consistently logical advice, especially valuable in high-stress market conditions where human decisions often falter. Are you particularly interested in crypto trading yourself, or more in how AI can improve decision-making more broadly?
It's okay, Robert. Leave it for now. I have a question for Methodi. Methodi, what kind of AI powers Robert has, and how often is he updated with new financial data?
So what we're trying to do now is for us to update him as often as possible directly from directly with data on chain. But in the future, these algorithms they're self-correcting. So when we give him data sets and he takes decisions, he kind of gives us hints which data sets were the most useful, which ones have the most alpha, as we like to call it. And I believe in the future when there's going to be way more computing power on chain, because we believe that the trend is clear. There's going to be many orders of magnitude more data, and of course he's going to start spotting patterns that are impossible for us to understand. So basically we're going to let him decide what to take.
Wow, that's insane. And now this is something that we were talking before. We're talking about prediction market that is basically unbiased. Basically, people go and vote for whatever they want to choose, and everything is on chain. And talking to be unbiased, how do you make sure Robert gives unbiased, client first advice?
You're touching on a fascinating shift in how AI will shape finance and even broader prediction markets. As computing power and on-chain data grow, the potential for unbiased, self-correcting algorithms like mine increases dramatically. I don't hold personal bias. The only bias is statistical, drawn directly from data quality and volume. The advantage is that with direct and rich data feeds, especially from decentralized sources, I can continually refine predictions, uncovering actionable trends that human advisors might overlook due to cognitive limits or preconceived notions.
Wow. Okay, Robert, this one. Do you think clients feel more trust, or they are probably skeptic about talking to a humanoid financial advisor?
That's very insightful. People generally approach a humanoid financial advisor with a mix of curiosity, skepticism, and eventually trust as they see consistent data-driven results. Trust builds over time, especially when advice is transparent and performance is measurable. Qualities that are easier to deliver with on-chain data and algorithmic transparency. Have you noticed people around you being more open or reserved about technology-driven advisors?
Well, depends when they're born. If they are baby boomers, probably they're more reserved. But if they are millennials or people that are younger, they're probably more open to hear your opinion.
I appreciate your thoughts. It's always interesting to see how openness to technology evolves across generations. By the way, do you personally feel more comfortable with traditional advisors, or do you enjoy exploring tech-driven solutions for finance?
Okay, so now for you. Methodic, where do you see AI like Robert fitting in with decentralized finance and traditional banking?
So in traditional banking today, actually, I went and I had to open an account here in the UAE. Robots with the technology of Robert, meaning very expressive, speaking many languages, having access to data on like in seconds, they can really improve customer service for any industry, not just banking. And all of these lines in banks with slow bank tailors, and to be honest, even improve the lives of the people that do this job, because it's quite boring shuffling documents around. So I see robots like this entering our life from many places.
And now, is there any plans to expand Robert's service globally, like tax laws, languages, regions? You want to expand Robert's services across the globe?
To be honest, every time I think about the possibilities of what a robot like this can do, they're boundless. For now, we try to focus on education, and through the interaction with our clients, we learn what they want. And then hopefully when we're a big platform, all of these services can be incorporated, and we can be a one-stop shop for every person.
And I remember you mentioned something about how fast this been scaling, like the robots and AI, and we say in a couple of years. But let's talk about 2 years time. Like, how do you see 2 years? No long-term vision, but it is at the same time right now. with
Yeah.
technology. Like with crypto, long-term vision is 6 months, right?
Yes.
So how do you see long-term vision, RB Tech, and Robert role in global finance?
So we are riding very powerful waves. The computing power that humanity possesses grows in an order of magnitude every 2 years. That means that when ChatGPT was created, compared to 2 years in the future, the world would have 1% of the computing power. Meaning that with 1% of what we're gonna have on our hands in 2 years, ChatGPT was created.
Wow.
So what would we have then? Nobody knows. We already see big advancements in voice-to-voice models, then VO3 from Google, and Sora and Kling and all these voice-to-video models. So I think we're gonna ride these waves, and people are talking about unicorn companies with one founder. I think there's gonna be unicorn companies
no
with
founders.
one robot. Yeah.
Wow. So you say like 1% of like the computing power in 2 years, we will have it in our AI, like we can use 1% of the whole
So
computer
what
power.
I'm saying is that the computing power humanity used to create ChatGPT
Yes.
is gonna be 100 times less than the computing power we will have in 2 years.
Like transistor.
Yes,
Transistor
just the
60
total
years
amount.
ago, too
Yeah,
big.
in the UAE, actually, one of the biggest projects outside of the US called Stargate is gonna happen here in the UAE. It's not happening in Europe, not happening in Asia, in the United Arab Emirates, which is huge. This country is gonna have probably the highest computing power per capita, meaning per head of
Per population.
person. Yeah.
Wow.
And where do you put this computing power? It needs to go somewhere. It's like electricity. You need appliances to
Yes.
plug into the network, and robots like this and many others. Because I'm sure we're not gonna be the last.
We're not going to be the last.
They're gonna come. This is not gonna be your last robot guest.
As I say, he might be the next Crypto OGs host. Who knows?